Welcome everybody to Trenton Makes Media with Lions Union Ambassador Joe L. Short II on WIMG 1300 AM, Trenton Talks Radio, sponsored by WIMG 1300 on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. at www.wimg1300.com and at True Heart TV on Facebook and YouTube on Thursdays at 7 p.m. I am so thrilled and happy to have a good friend of mine, Skip Bailey, amen, on our broadcast tonight to share with the audience, with our listeners, about Be Unstoppable Fest, the total experience, coming up April 7th, 2024, 5 p.m. at the Kennedy Center Banquet Hall, 529 JF Kennedy Way, Williamsburg, New Jersey, 08046. It's slated to be an exciting broadcast. He's co-hosting this with Gloria R. Butler. He has two speakers, Minister Gwen Goolsby Tillery, Reverend Duell Jamerson, and a host of performances by gospel artists, by saxophone artists, by other artists who are coming to share the total experience. So what's happening, Skip? What's up, Bailey?
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity, Gerald. Good to see you. But Reverend, this total experience, like I said to you before, it's been keeping me up at night, which is a good thing. It's been keeping me up at night, and just wanting to create something to help the mass of people to give them entertainment, education, give them some fulfillment, self-fulfillment. Just give a little bit of everything. So I've been just working on this along with my personal coaching and writing the books. And of course, I'm a musician also. So it's a lot of this stuff that I'm creating and putting together to present to the public. So I appreciate this opportunity.
Amen. So why Be Unstoppable Fest? Why this total experience? Why did you create this opportunity for folks to be a part of it? Mm-hmm. So what's the catalyst? What's the background behind the work?
Okay. First of all, it starts with my background as a musician. I've been playing music for over 40 years. And of course, that in the Mercer County, Trenton area, I produced hair and fashion shows for over 25 years. So with the being an author, I wrote my first book in 2013, and then the coaching. So I'm pretty much, putting all of this, these ingredients that I have that God has given me on one platform, but also, and where it comes from, also from all of the other businesses that I've done, going to different conferences myself, going to different conferences in Vegas and Miami and all over the other places. I said, why not do it here in New Jersey? But with an added twist to it, meaning added twists, because everything is not for everybody. Even, of course, we have at the end, I didn't mention this also, at the very end of the show, we have the event, we have a fashion show, also amazing fashion show. So if a person goes to, a music event, or whatever, or a person who goes to a fashion show, maybe everybody's not into fashion, doesn't like the fashion shows, but they can't wait to see the music, the entertainers. So that's why I decided to create and put everything together. Actually, Gerald, this is supposed to have been a full day event, but right now it's from 5 p.m. to 8:30. So we're condensing everything in the 3 hours. It's going to work though, because we're going to make it work. But the original plan was supposed to be all day event, to have a conference during the day, the workshop. So next year it's going to be a all day event, pretty much all day event.
So tell us about your co-host, your host with Gloria R. Butler. I did see a Facebook post you guys sharing about the Be Unstoppable Feast, the total experience, and advertising and sharing about what's coming in April. But how you guys get together and become friends and business partners in this venture?
Well, actually, Gloria and I went to school together at Trenton High School. We didn't hang out with each other. I knew who she was. Of course, she knew who I was. But I just really ran into Gloria again, maybe like 4 years ago, down in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, because her and another young lady used to do R&B and smooth jazz events down at the hotel. I think it's the Hotel ML down in Mount Laurel. And I went to a couple of events down there. And I didn't have no idea that she was doing events like that, which were really great events. So of course she knew that I was doing my fashion shows and other things. So we had a talk. We said, why don't we set a meeting up and we can, whether it's a Zoom, of course, a Zoom, to discuss possibility of doing things together to bring the North Jersey, what we're calling Central Jersey here, Central Jersey and South Jersey together, and create some events. And that's what we've been doing. Yeah. So, but like I said, we went to school together in Trenton High School. We didn't, she was on the other side. She was on the smart academic side of the building.
Well, what year did you graduate? What year did you graduate?
76, yeah.
You both graduated in 76?
Yeah. So I'm saying like back in the 1900s.
Okay, 1976.
The 1900s, yeah. Seemed like a long time, but yeah. But I was on the music side, the performing arts, the music classes. So she was on the other side. So, but that's how we actually got to be where we're at right now. Me going to her event, her hearing about my events, and we had a phone call in the Zoom, and here we are preparing for this event here.
So how'd you select? You have two speakers coming, two great speakers. You have Minister Gwen Goldsby Tillery, as well as Reverend Dewell Jamerson. How do you select those two prolific? I guess they're probably prolific speakers, minister of the gospel. But how did you select those speakers to come and present to the people?
Well, actually, Gwen and I, we met each other probably maybe 5 years ago. Gwen is an author, and she's a certified life coach and transformational coach also. So that's how Gwen and I met, from the life coaching spectrum, doing events together. And actually, her and I were members of an organization called Coaches Across America. There were a few of us that were from different states that are life coaches. And actually, we were really focused on veterans, actually, helping veterans, doing it, providing our service for free to veterans who are in the military and who were in the military and are still in the military. So that's how myself and Gwen met. Reverend Jamerson is actually Gloria's brother-in-law. So she suggested, why don't we have my brother-in-law speak also to do one of his guest speakers. And of course, here we are with both of them are in the ministry, which is really good also. So that's actually
are they giving more of a ministry presentation, or is it more of a motivational presentation? How do you establish the protocol? How do you establish the protocol in terms of what the topic was going to be for conversation with the people?
Good question. Very good question. We had a conversation with them in reference to, because we want, of course, the main theme is be unstoppable. So we want them to, they're going to be speaking, they're not going to be speaking as far as ministering, no. Just from the aspect of personal development, being unstoppable, because we've reminded them also, people are just coming from church, which is great, just coming from church a couple of hours earlier. So we want to, give them something a little different also, but their talks and speeches will be based on personal development, empowerment, and inspiration. Yeah. And I know that Reverend Gwen Tillery, she wants to speak. She mainly does her conferences with women, for women. And of course, Reverend Jamerson, of course, he speaks in the church. But like I told them, we want people to, once again, going back to that total experience, to have the total experience from everything. So mainly focus on the empowerment, because you can empower people from all aspects of life, whether it's from the pulpit or from just being on a stage at an inspirational or motivational conference. You can empower people.
Now, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Unstoppable. Be unstoppable feast. That's that word, unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a book called Unstoppable.
Yes, that was my first book.
So share with us how that connects to the feast, the fest. There's got to be a connection.
It is. There's a big connection. Okay, my first
book, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. My first book was entitled "You Are Outstanding and Unstoppable." Okay, and the outstanding comes from that military background of mine. I'm a veteran also, so that's where the outstanding come from, because back in the military, the being compliments from a superior officer is outstanding, so that's a compliment. Uh, so the unstoppable come from, and of course I think I have it in the book also, the definition, not insulting anybody's intelligence, but the main definition of unstoppable is meaning you cannot be stopped, can't be stopped. And how that came about was, I was at work one night when I was working years ago, and I was sitting in this warehouse and there were a lot of forklifts in the warehouse. And of course, at the intersection, due for safety reasons, they had the stop signs up there. So the forklifts, so they won't crash into each other, at the intersections. So that's how, from the mindset of being unstoppable, I actually looked up at that stop sign one night at work and says, you know what? I got it. Outstanding and unstoppable. That's how it came about. And so how it relates to where we are right now, pretty much everything that I do is based on being unstoppable. My workbook that I have is entitled "You Can Be Unstoppable," and actually, I'm going to be after Be Unstoppable Fest, starting the end of April, the beginning of May, sometime doing workshops based on being unstoppable. It's a whole workbook that I have. I'm going to be creating courses. Actually, courses have been created to do workshops and master classes based on being unstoppable. So that's where, so like I said, they said also, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So it's not broken. So I'm going to ride that unstoppable wheel until it can't ride it no more.
Hey, amen, Skip. I mean, hey, we're talking to our brother Skip Bailey. He's co-hosting with Gloria R. Butler, Be Unstoppable Feast, the total experience, April 7th, 2024, 5 p.m. The Kennedy Center Banquet Hall, 529 JFK Way, Willingboro, New Jersey, 08046. Tickets are $40, 609-575-1179. 609-670-7401. You can catch him also, go right to his Facebook page, Skip Bailey, and there's opportunities there as well. Many opportunities there. He's advertised extensively there about the feast, and looking forward to joining you there. I have 2 tickets. My wife and I are going to join you in the audience and be a part of the performances. Let's talk about these performances you have coming up. You have, I believe, 7 different performers that will be performing that afternoon.
Yes.
Start with one of them. Just kind of talk us through these performances, so people can get our understanding with the flavor of the event. In addition to the speakers, with the flavor of the performances.
Sure. And actually, all of these performers that will be performing at the event at Be Unstoppable Fest are from New Jersey, and living in New Jersey. Starting with Amazing Grace Little, her name speaks for itself. She's well known in the whole tri-state area. The Amazing Grace Little. We have Steve Williams. He's was doing R&B, but he has I'm pretty sure Steve has a gospel CD out right now. Also, we have my cousin Shanae. Sorry about that, Shanae. We have my cousin Shanae. She's doing a gospel song. So we have gospel and R&B. So and honestly, I want to stop right there for a second. And some people may say, "Well, you're doing gospel and R&B." So I'm basing this I thought about also like the BET Awards. BET Awards have the same thing also. You go to some of these big festivals, they have R&B and gospel. It's just how you perceive it, how you take it in, Because I can say that also I'm a musician, from a musician's perspective also. I play both types of music. I play all 3 different types of music. So also with Roy Richardson, he's an amazing, amazing, amazing saxophonist. So he's going to be doing a performance also. Yolanda Briggs. I don't know if you've ever heard of Yolanda Briggs before. She is totally, totally amazing. She's doing a gospel song. Actually, I put a gospel group together last year. We were called God's Choice. because individuals were asking us about doing a gospel event, so we did that. Actually, that was at the Nottingham Ballroom. She is one of the lead singers in the group. Oh my goodness, that's all I'm going to say. Oh my goodness, yeah. We have Michelle Ray. She was in the group also, so she's doing all R&B. But also the last individual who's performing is Troy Kane. Troy's from the Trenton area. Also, he's doing a rendition. I'm going to tell you, I know what he's doing. He's doing a rendition of the Sam Cooke's "Change Is Gonna Come."
Oh, that's
I
gonna
know.
be awesome.
Yeah,
I love this. One of my favorite songs.
Yeah, because that song is sung always pretty much during Black History Month. Somewhere, somebody's singing that song, or that song has been played somewhere. So he's going to end the entertainment event with that song right there. And then trust me, the people who are watching this, that's listening to this, all of the entertainers, all of the people who are performing. Troy actually loves to sing, starting with the microphone, but also dropping the microphone on the floor and singing without the microphone, walking through the audience. So I'm just getting prepared. It's going to be exciting.
So I do have some photos of I believe this is the actual event space. Is this the event space here?
Yes.
So this is you'll have seat. I know you have a seating area here, which is
that's what it's going to look just like that.
All right. So that's the theater style seating.
Yes.
And then it's, of course, the stage.
Yes.
And folks. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So folks have an opportunity to mingle. What about mingling and networking? Also, will there be any opportunities to purchase books or CDs or things from the artist at all, or is that something that you're going to plan in future events?
Well, the only artist I know for sure who has audio, who has CDs, Grace Little does, and Steve Williams does. I don't know if Roy has CDs, but if they have them there, people can purchase them. We have vendors out in the lobby. We have tons of, actually, this is amazing. We're turning away vendors. We have so many vendors, we have to turn them away.
How many vendors are you scheduled to have at the event?
Well,
give us the types of vendors so people get a flavor for what their palates may be able to, in terms of their pockets and what their flavor is, or jewelry or whatever it might be that you're having.
Exactly.
Go for it.
We have, of course, I'm going to have my table with my books and my T-shirts, of course, Be Unstoppable. We have one of the vendors there. She's doing actually food. She's doing sandwiches and things like that because maybe people are coming from church, even though the event's not until 5 p.m. If they have not had a chance to stop and get something to eat or go straight home and get something to eat. So she's having sandwiches and pastries. Her food is so good. We have jewelry vendors. We have, I think we have a young lady with porcelain dolls that she paints and creates. We have Ephesians 6:12 Christian. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Jeffrey's gonna have his apparel
right.
there.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright's gonna have his apparel there. Mm-hmm. Feliciano. He's gonna have his men's attire, his neckties and socks and
so
Everest.
You talking? You get ready, huh?
Get ready. Everest.
You got how many months? You got February, March. You got 2 more months to save up some dough.
Exactly.
Come down to the Be Unstoppable Fest.
Yes.
And not only hear great speakers.
Yes.
Hear great performers, and being R&B and gospel together. I don't have a problem. That's our African culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're infused.
Right.
Whether it be jazz or gospel or R&B, it's infused in our culture.
Absolutely.
And to come down and hear those performers and to hear the great speakers that you have lined up, to see opportunity to see vendors and have a bite to eat. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a phenomenal event.
And we also have spoken word. We have 2 individuals who are doing spoken word, and they're outstanding. So let me paint this paint the picture also. They got the speakers. Of course, I'm the host, the main host. Gloria's going to be coming on stage a little later on. Gary Ponder. He's the fashion show coordinator and commentator. He's from Trenton. He's an amazing commentator. He's commentating the fashion show. We have these singers. We have this spoken word. We have both speakers that are speaking. along with the amazing fashion show that we have at the very end, and also what individuals are getting with this $40 ticket. Also, people, of course, people from North Jersey and South Jersey and Philadelphia told me we should charge more. We said we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep it right at where the ticket price. But also with that $40 ticket price, each individual who's coming there, we're going to have in different locations the QR code. They can scan their phone right at the QR code. They're gonna get a free copy of my ebook, 25 Success Principles, and that QR code also will get them registered for my free webinar, which is entitled "The 7 Biggest Mistakes People Make, which keeps them from getting what they really want." So they get all of that for that price right there. So hey, that's why it's gonna be a total experience.
I like that. Total experience. I like that. It's very, very I'm saying ingenious, but it's very technology savvy to have the QR code. So with the phones these days, everybody's got the QR code.
Yeah,
everybody knows how to do that.
Yes.
And to be able to click in there, register, get connected with you, with your profession, your professional performance coach, life coach, and then be able to give those opportunities to folks to have free content, to meet with you and have a webinar with you. I think it's an awesome opportunity, and it's value added to the overall experience that you're presenting to the community. So, what are you anticipating in terms of number of participants coming to the event?
Well, we were told that, of course, the contract says 250, and I was like, because normally of course, my fashion shows in the past, we've had over 500 people there, and when I fill the contract out for the vendor for the room, and I put 400, and she denied me like 3 times. So I called her. I said, "Why are you denying me?" She says the room only seats 250 people. Oh, I said, I didn't know. So the number is 250, but she said we could stretch it a little more. But so we're looking at 250. So that's what we're telling people to get them tickets, because you don't want to hear about it the next day. You want to be about it. You want to be in that room to experience it. So and like I said, this is going to be an annual event. So next year we're going to be in a bigger room.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's you're gonna be looking for that. You're gonna be looking for that 400 number next year or more.
Next year we're looking at the 10x it. We're looking at for that. Yeah, the 400, 500, 1500. I know we talked earlier. You mentioned the Patriots Theater at the War Memorial Building. We're looking at those type of numbers next year.
Yes, and it can be done.
Of course, absolutely.
It can be done. It can be done. I mean, with your wealth of knowledge and experience in this, you've been doing this. How many years you've been putting on events? I mean, I remember you started with fashion show. Your mom, with the beauty salon. Your mom was involved. I see. Matter of fact, just so you know, I see your mom. She's always telling me about the great work you're doing. Giving me your card to give you a call. And look at this. We're getting together. And I mean, this happened within the last month and a half or so. Go to the West Ward meetings over at the West Ward Police Station. And your mom is always there, engaged with the people. And she's always been telling me every time I go to reach out to you. And I'm glad that we had an opportunity to speak about this event in particular, but also to reconnect together as friends, longtime friends. So
absolutely,
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah. As far as like producing the fashion shows and the hair shows, I've been doing that for over 25 years. But even going back further than that, when people actually, like I said, I have my books there to sell, my autobiography, From the Fields to the Stage. I'll talk about in my book. I actually started when I was 16 years old. I'm originally from Cape Charles, Virginia on the Eastern Shore. But when we moved up here to New Jersey, my father and my cousins, they still had a juke joint down in Virginia.
Juke joint? I haven't heard that for a long time. In a while.
You see, I'm dating myself. So at the age of 16, he wanted me to bring a band down to Virginia to perform down there. And of course, 16 didn't have no license. And all the other guys that were in the band, most everybody were, at 21, they were adults, 21, 22. So I drove a van from New Jersey to Virginia at the age of 16. So I've been doing this type of events, producing events since I was 16 years old. since I was playing music for so long. So, but now putting everything together, all the music that I've been doing, the fashion shows, the workshops, the books, doing, of course, being involved with the network marketing industry, going to the conferences, speaking at the big stages at the conferences. So this is what this is all about, putting all of this together, because I'm pretty sure even you go to the conferences that you go to, a lot of people don't experience that environment, going to the big conferences. So we want to give people opportunity to experience that experience also, what it's like being involved or coming to those conferences, whether they won't be speaking, but they'll be in that environment. So that's where it all boils down when it comes from, Daryl. Comes from, just, I want to put all of this, that the gifts that God has given me, everything, and just put it in one package it up, and just present it to people.
So tell me now, musician wise, how many instruments do you play?
Oh, two. I started out on the drums.
Okay.
And then, of course, my main instrument is the bass guitar. Yeah.
I love the bass guitar. I love the bass guitar. I love the bass guitar. I can hear it in all music. That bass guitar. I can.
Well, when people ask me, what instrument do you play? And you could ask anybody who asked me this question. My main response is the best instrument. They'd be like, "What do you mean?" I say, when people say turn up the what? Turn up the bass.
There you go.
They don't say turn up the drums or the saxophone. They say turn up the bass, right?
Turn the bass. Right.
Yeah, so I've been playing the bass since I was like 12 years old. Yeah, 12, 13 years old. I've been playing for a long time. And that's where even my title, I'm a certified life coach, certified drug and alcohol recovery coach, certified wellness coach. But my main focus that I focus on now is a high performance coach, because teaching people how to take their skills to the next level. Because as a matter of fact, people do ask me, well, how do you consider yourself, or where did that high performance coach? There is a high performance coach certification, which I have all those. A lot of people who've been in my fashion shows, who I played music with, are now on TV. They've been in magazines. Actually, one of them's married to the comedian Tracy Morgan. I didn't introduce her to Tracy, but coming through our doors and meeting the right people, except who own gyms now, or who are fitness trainers, who's high school football coaches. So we've, So I feel that we earned the right to hold that title.
You got all those other certifications. I mean, I'm surprised there's not a certification for a high performance coach.
There is, there is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But there are other coaches who've created that, which are well known all over the world, the country. But I don't say, I'm a certified high performance coach, because I don't need that certification title. I have these right on my wall right now, looking at them. I mean, duh, it's a good title, but it's a piece of paper.
Right.
What can you do for me?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me, why Willingboro, man? Why not Trenton?
Well, actually, of course, I've done all my shows all these years in the Trenton area. So this event here, we went to the War Memorial Building, and it was supposed to have been on a Saturday. That's what we wanted, on a Saturday, so we have all the event. So, but that date was not available. We had to do it on a Sunday. And this just being transparent. So the War Memorial Building, in the ballroom, if anybody's ever been in the War Memorial Building, the curtains doesn't close. So at 5 o'clock in the evening, the sun is still up. And by the time April comes, the sun will be really bright. Yeah, be really bright. So that sun will be beaming in the room. And so it won't give us the effect that we want. That's one of the main, that's the main reason, because it won't give us the effect that we want, especially with the fashion and So I mean, it's no other reason that we're doing it in Willingboro. And of course, we've done in Hamilton and other places, but still, we still want to bring the southern part of Jersey to the central part of Jersey combined together.
Good.
When we do it again next year, if we do it up in the Trenton area, the people from the Willingboro, Sicklerville, South Jersey area, will say, no, we coming to Trenton to the War Memorial Building to be
Yeah.
Unstoppable Fest, and vice versa. So actually, we're bringing people together again.
Right. That's right.
So,
So you already in the planning stages for next year? I mean, have you considered planning next year's event already? Have you established that yet?
well, we have not
Or-
done the paperwork for it yet, because the platform, the things that I have in mind for next year's event goes as planned. I'm going to need a bigger room.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to say who's going to be there, what's going to take for it, but trust me, I'm going to go. We're going to take 10 exit, and just to give people, and also with that being said, help people to experience things they've never experienced before in life. Because even with our fashion shows that we used to do a lot of them in Hamilton at Cedar Gardens, we done at the Marriott downtown Trenton when they first opened. Actually, we were the first ones to do events like that at the Marriott downtown Trenton when they were open. But giving people opportunity who don't go outside of the North Trenton, East Trenton, South Trenton area, give them opportunity to push them outside of their comfort zone a little bit. Because you can only grow as far as you can visualize or as far as you travel. So give people that opportunity to help them to grow also. So yeah, we're looking at a possibly the War Memorial Building, possibly back down in Willingboro, because they have a theater also that they're working on right now inside which is their auditorium. They're just remodeling it right now. So I mean, we can bounce back and forth, Willingboro, Trenton, Willingboro. We can, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So as long as we give people that edutainment, education, and
edutainment.
entertainment and education.
You not that you coined that term, but that term is being used quite a bit. I think it's in the dictionary now.
Edutainment, educate them, and entertainment at the same time. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to you guys being there, because you haven't been on the front row, and actually, I'm gonna let you know that you and the missus, you got a front row seat.
Amen.
You have a front row seat. So I'm looking forward to
hoping to come and participate, and maybe potentially do some interviews and so forth. We got to talk about that. We haven't discussed that, but that was just on my heart, and just to share with you. I'm sure we'll get to that point at some point. I also have students that would love to be there and do some things. So I'll talk to you on about that backstage.
Okay.
But one of the things I think is so very important for folks to understand that this is an opportunity for people not only to learn, to have a good time, but to advance their purpose in their life, like you said, right? So they want to get all the information they need, they get some knowledge. But the way they're able to then understand and apply that knowledge and wisdom, that's where you come in terms of the free services, the free webinar you're giving.
Yes.
To help them kind of bring all those ideas and all that knowledge together to be unstoppable and to really flourish and to grow. Yes.
And also, even with the webinar, the 7 biggest mistakes that people make that keeps them from achieving their goals and getting what they want. A lot of people remain stuck and keep on. It's like being stuck in the snow or stuck in the mud, the wheel spinning and spinning. A lot of people, their life is like that. They're constantly spinning and don't know how to get unstuck and don't know why they're stuck in life. A lot of people don't even know why. We have people that are adults, 50, 60 years old, that are still stuck and don't know why. So that's where one of the reasons why myself and a couple of other coaches, and matter of fact, we didn't even talk about the panelists, people that's going to be on the panel. That's a whole nother gem right there. The individual that's going to be on the panel speaking. Of course, one of them, you don't mind if I name a couple of them?
No, go ahead. Go right ahead.
We have Nacone Martin. She was one of the young ladies who started with me in my fashion show. Now she's a personal trainer herself. She's a bodybuilder herself. We have Tammy Wright. We have Melinda Cunningham. She's a certified life coach. We have Anita Jeter. She's a certified life coach and an author. We have, of course, Bruce Boyd. Boyd has the mentorship for the young men. Chris Smith. He's a a nationwide. Well, he's in California right now. He's a chef, an expert chef. We have Reverend Keith Ward. He's a certified addiction counselor. Brian Stokes, I think he does things down at Mercer County. He teaches people how to prepare, how to work in the sterile environment in the hospital. Of course, and we also have Jeffrey Rice from Ephesians 6:12. So once again, this total experience is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I mean, so you didn't talk about you didn't share me about the panel. You snuck that one in on me because I didn't know about the panel.
Yes.
Not only do you have the performances,
Yes.
and the speakers, but you're gonna have
Yes.
a panel as well, and a fashion show, and the vendors.
Yes. Yes. So a person would think, as I told my mentor this, he says,
That's
you
a
know,
lot.
that's
Right?
a lot of stuff to be in one show. He said, well, I know you can do it. I said, it's going to be like clockwork. Like,
Right. It's gonna
like
be on point.
just like on point. But also, even with the panelists, so the questions I'm going to ask the panelists, everybody's going to be asked the same question. Of course, it's going to be based around Be Unstoppable, you know, about them implementing the mindset. And, you know, also, no matter what we do, whether it's starting a diner, starting becoming a musician, having your own TV show, starting WIMG or growing IMG even better, even bigger and bigger. It's all about mindset also. So I'm asking the panelists, it's going to be a total of 5 men panelists at one time, and later on the 5 women panelists. How are they implement the mindset of being unstoppable in their expertise in their fields? And then the audience is going to get another gem. So each one of them will be asked also, what advice do you have for individuals in the audience who may be interested in coming in the field or embarking in the field that you're doing, whether it's coaching, ministry, whatever. So it's going to be, so people, when they leave there, they're going to be so full. It's like eating your Thanksgiving dinner. You're like, oh my
right.
God. Oh.
You're gonna be full, huh?
Absolutely.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Hey man, I think we're all looking forward to it now. I'm certainly excited about it. Looking forward to it. I heard all the other gems I didn't hear about before. Folks, if you're listening, oh my God, our WIMG 1300 AM listeners, 5 times still a winning gospel station, WIMG 1300 AM, our sponsor, Trent Makes Media with me, your Lions Youth Ambassador, Joel Truart II, IMG 1300 AM, and Trenton Talks Radio. They sponsor us weekly, Tuesday at 7 p.m. on IMG 1300 AM, www.wimg1300.com, and at TrueHeart TV on Facebook and YouTube on Thursdays at 7. You can hear the broadcast, see the broadcast as well. And so I just want to thank you, Skip, for spending your time with us and just sharing the Be Unstoppable Feast, the total experience, and all the nuggets that you didn't share with me before. You know? I mean, you got some great nuggets, some great takeaways, some value added to folks as they come prepare. 5 p.m. April 7th to 2024, the Kennedy Center Banquet Hall, 529 JFK Way, Willingboro, New Jersey, 08046. You can get tickets, 609-575-1179, 609-670-7401. This is the public service announcement sponsored weekly by WIMG 1300 AM for our community of listeners. And I thank you so much, Skip. Appreciate you being here, my brother. We're going to have him back to talk more about the Be Unstoppable Feast, the total experience with his co-host, Gloria R. Butler will be with us as well in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And we got some great news coming up as well for future plans that he's going to be doing next year and in future years of this great annual event that he's putting on for our community. So I appreciate you, Skip. Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast tonight.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate
you.
it.
Amen. God bless you.